Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of Smith in the Black with the Strat Time Report, and still starting off the new month, and still seems like we're jostling for position. So one of the things we talked about is this monthly, right? So now we take that monthly back green and back into the outside month, right? So the question is, do we keep marching back up there, outside then outside again? What we did do, took some fair distance to do it, but we opened on Monday, two down, and then two back up on a Tuesday, right? But we had a mighty charge to get there, and so here we're going to keep an eye on these 60s here, and you can see this stalls out a little bit inside on the 60. So what we were looking at last night, if you're with me in the power hour, is looking at the broadening formation on this 60 SPY. It's looking like that. So right now it comes up shy of the goal line here. So the question is, are we going to hold on to this and get that inside 60 to go come up here and keep marching up that outside month? You take that week back green, remember, because this is where it opened on the daily, and then boom, so the week is back green, but now you got an inside 60. So it seems like we're still kind of jostling for position out of here, and you can see back and forth we go on the daily. Puke rally, puke rally. Now, how do we get out of this stuff is something we want to know about. So we'll see. If we go to QQQ, and QQQ, here's that 60-minute broadening formation in here. Slight two downs, two back up, and all that does is doji it out on the month, or on the week, and back on the month. But you're back into that monthly range, and so constantly this month we're going to be monitoring that monthly range. So you got a slight higher high. The question is, can you take out any of this stuff here as we come into the afternoon? If we go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, and Dow Jones Diamonds were an inside day poke up a little bit, but then you can see just stalls out like a lot of things here. Still would be an inside week, opens as an inside month, so just kind of stuck in all there. What they did do was going to be all the hubbub about Facebook. Whistleblower on the Hill. Bye. So right now Facebook's still an inside day, but you can see bright green on the day where some people after the outage, and then certainly the whistleblower on Capitol Hill, a little scared about that one, but no, it's still an inside day and still green on that, so we'll see if they can get out of there, or we just close out as an inside day, because we are seeing them coming back into the fangers just a bit. Amazon here, still an inside day, but you can see we had such big ranges yesterday that even if, like when the SPY goes two down, two up, we've already moved a lot just to get up there, right? And that's where you get these stall outs. So Amazon's still an inside day, just bright green. Netflix, a little better here, 3-2 to the upside, and still blasting. See, they just came gunning out of here. And this is what you look for. Them lower lows, slight lower lows, and then boom, there's your broadening formation. And now stalling out like a lot of things in this market. There's your broadening formation, Netflix 60. If you go to Google and the Googs, and you can see what a distance it had to do to take out yesterday's highs. It did it, but and you still have some slight higher highs up in here to take out if it can make it there. Otherwise, you're a third lower high, right? You can see it triangulate out down here, and then boom. But you had a big range to try and take that out. So we'll see and keep that watch with the fingers and the Qs, of course. If we go to some Bitcoin, back up over 50,000, see that's going to give you like your Mister inside on the 60 right now, just taking these hammers out, taking the hammer weak. SI here, still trying to go to the highs here, and let me shrink this down just a touch. There is a little better. Trying to go two up, two down, and two back up. We'll see, and you can watch Mara, all the Bitcoiners. And Mara with the two up, two down, boom. See, the good thing about this is a lot closer to taking out yesterday's highs, right? So you can get that push. And here's your daily broadening formation. Now, inside on the 60, like a lot of things stalling out. Still an inside week, but you can watch that with the Bitcoin movement. If we go to SMH. SMH, you can see how far this had to travel just to try and take out yesterday's highs. It got there, but then the question is how much more you got in the tank, right, on these new 60s. So far, try and take care of business like something like a Marvell. Here you can see how far it had to go to take out yesterday's highs. It did it, but now just kind of stall out a little bit, and that's what we're seeing here. So market not backing off. You still have that inside 60 there, SPY to keep an eye on. If you go to SQ, And SQ, you can see this. We had this broadening formation here, tries to break through it, and now coming back up, right? But you want to try and stay above this. Now you got your inside 60, right? And you're challenging just doji on the week. So a lot of these things just still back and forth, like I showed you in the SPY to keep an eye on. Mr. Softy, what you doing? You coming into some big boys here? Mr. Softy. 2 down, triangle day out, 2 up on the day. Now trying to come back through these guys, right? You can see this plain as day. Your Microsoft broadening formation. Like so. Going to take these guys out, and then we'll see if it's strong enough to take that out. If we go to a little bit more Bitcoin, BTBT having a nice little day. Inside day to the upside on a percentage basis, that's great. All right, boom. You're coming back to previous range, and if that works, you can take out the weekly high here. 974. You've been above there, so you want to see if you can get back above 974 for the rest of the week, and then you're coming back through a previous range, pivot machine gun style. That's good. If we go to new issue OLPX, and just having a nice day. You can see a nice green bar after triangle day out. These 3 are an outside bar of that. So there's that. And now it starts coming back in with the market. So that's exhaustion risk. Once it goes up there, we don't know. You take everybody out, and then the buyers got to step up, which they did not. Keeping an eye on all this stuff here. Let's look at PayPal. PayPal flirting with that 2-2 day back up, but once again, stalling out. You got a little bit higher, and then you just stall out like a lot of things. If we go to NET, still handling an inside week, but having a nice day. It was also green yesterday, and that's something you want to see is follow through. Green on a Monday with the market down big, and then boom, right? Anybody tried to stay short this thing got screwed right out the chute. Potential outside month here too. Comes into that gap, now just stalls out with the market, so we'll see. If we go to the rails, Norfolk Southern, nice little day, and you can see this is what we look for, that up on a Monday when the market was down, boom, every reason to believe this thing's going to go, right? Those buyers came back, right? And Union Pac here, up on the Monday, Tuesday, boom, still going, still good. Takes out last week's high, so those rails firming up. If we go to XLE, energy started to give it up. So this is exhaustion risk. When you go into the highs, we're still looking for some more on here on a monthly basis, but for today, they gap up again. And you can see this here, the 2-2 reversal on the 60 to bring them in OIH. Here, you can see that 2 up by taking out the high, 2 down, boom. Ugh. And so that stops a lot of people out. It's not the end of the world for these guys, but we'll keep an eye on that just going forward. I'm going to see an AMD. How's AMD? AMD in the semis also going 2-2 on the day, but keeping an eye on the SPY here. Which side of this inside 60? Right now we're starting to drop back in because those energies all started to come in. We like that PSX, the refiner, but gaps up again, and you can see it's had a nice move, but for the month, we'll see if that sets up again, right? Because you take out this high and that high, then you got to climb this mountain, right? And so you can see in here on the weekly, you took out all these guys out. The question is going to be strong enough to take that out. Some exhaustion risk inside 60 back down, but just fills the gap, not the end of the world as yet. If we go to DATS, inside day to the downside puker, and if that works, boom, there's your 2-2 week right there, and if that works, potentially you can take out the last month lows. So right now, new 60 forming in DATS. If you go to CRE, and CRE inside month to the downside here for the rest of the month, I want to know this 79.80, right? You're there and having some problems, and you can see that inside 60 right here. Down she goes. If we go to AGIO, and AGIO, once again, inside month to the downside here, below 44.49, right? 3-2 on the week, which means this buying was rejected up here, and it's still being rejected back through this range. Then boom, 2 up on a Monday and 2-2 on a Tuesday. If we go to GDOT, here you go. Triangle day out, inside day, boom, back to the previous range pivot machine gun on these guys, and if that works, that triggers the 2-2 reversal on the weekly, and if that works, the 3-2-2 monther here below this, 48.34, and still going, and there was your inside 60. Signals everywhere in the G dot, but you did take all these guys out in one shot, so we'll see. The 3-2-2 would be a real nice monther to keep puking. We go to Carvana. And Carvana, with the market rallying strong, you can see what this thing's doing. Taking out yesterday's lows, that's something I'd want to know about. After last month's reversal, shooter, 2 up, 2 down. And now maybe you get yourself an inside 60. We'll see if that sets up again for you. If you go to TripAdvisor, and here you go on the 60, the 3-2-2, right? The outside bar, poke up, boom, these two become an outside bar of that. There's your broadening formation. And if that works, that's going to take that inside dated 212 back down for TripAdvisor. Still inside on the week. Just like I said, a lot of things still jostling for position. If we go to TJ Maxx, it's not the end of the world, but it is inside day and down right now. And you can see it's going after last month's lows and just kind of skirting by the lows. Broader average is still going sideways. Just a couple of here's a train wreck for you. CIE. So not really keen on shorting $1 stocks, but you can see that 2 down, 2 up, and boom, back to the previous range. And if that works, give you the 2-2 reversal week. If you go to SGMS, and SGMS sold on a Monday, 2-2 reversal, 2 up, 2 down, and then they came back on Tuesday. That's something I want to know about, because if that works, you're going to do this here, 2-2 reversal week, right? And you got a new month, so you're right on all time frames. So anytime you have that, good to go. And you can see right here as it opened, here, 2 up, 2 down right here. Boom. Down she goes. So, like I said, we're still jostling for position here for the new month. So, we're going to keep an eye on these every 60. We want to see how we break this. Do we go inside on the 60s on the other broader averages? And what do we do here? And then how do we continue to follow through? Because we continue to watch the motion of the ocean. So, yesterday, we would have said, well, it's a tall order to take this high out, but it did it, right? So, then when we come in tomorrow, depending on how we close, we'll be like, well, it'll be a tall order to go take that down. Well, it's been going back and forth and back and forth. How do we resolve this? Who wins this? Down, up, down, up. Who wins this? Right now it's back and forth. Dojis, albeit a little bit green on the month now, but that's why we play the game every day, and that's why we watch every hour. Apple going to the highs as I speak. Here, trying to go 2-2 on a Tuesday here, so you can keep an eye on that. With the Qs, of course, AVGO goes to the highs. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, Smith in the Black with the Strat Time Report.